People ask me at the time the role of empathy in creative leadership, and I told them, I make them to understand that empathy is not just a soft skill, it's a core creative leadership superpower. When you have it, you'll be able to build loyalty amongst your subordinates, they'll be able to trust you, you'll be able to challenge them without them fighting back. I believe every creative leader must embrace empathy to lead effectively, build strong team, and inspire lasting change. Now, if you look at it in the creative industry today, we have leaders who do not have empathy, who do not understand those who they lead. They just dump things on them, without leading them. They boss them every time. And this, in most cases, has caused a lot of friction between leader and subordinates. I've seen a lot of people leave agency because of one person, one leader, who do not have empathy, who do not put herself in their shoes, who is always, very, very brutal with his or her words, with his or her actions. So I'm going to talk about reasons why I believe every leader, every creative leader must embrace empathy. One is that empathy breeds trust. As a creative leader, you need your subordinates to trust you. You need them to believe in you. Where leaders genuinely understand and care about the emotions, needs, and perspective of others. People feel safe. Your subordinate feel safe, they feel valued, and they feel heard. Trust definitely becomes the currency of effective team. Number two, empathy fuels better communication. Every empathetic creative leader listens to understand. They listen to their subordinate. They don't just respond. It leads to a clearer, a more inclusive and emotional intelligent communication that reduces conflicts and even boosts your subordinate's morale. Number three is the fact that empathy drives collaboration and teamwork. I always tell creative leaders to always practice this, because if there's no collaboration amongst your teamwork amongst your team, there's always going to be tension. I've been in a team whereby even the creative director was hustling for the best copy to design. As a leader, you need to understand how to use empathy, to drive collaboration and teamwork. You see, leaders who practice empathy create an environment where diverse voices are respected. You won't condemn one person to lift another person up. You make sure that they are collaborating and they are working together. You see, it's a psychological safety that promotes collaboration, creativity, and shared ownership. People will have a sense of responsibility. They will know that, yes, I'm doing this and I'm being valued. I'm collaborating with my teammates and we are doing this, so we are not competing. We are only collaborating. Number four, empathy enhances emotional intelligence. Majority of the creative leaders that we have today are very, very talented, but they lack emotional intelligence. You see, empathy is a pillar of emotional intelligence, and that's what most creative leaders don't know. Your ability to manage yourself and your relationship with your subordinate is very, very important. Those who are working with you needs to be managed. You need to build a strong relationship with them. You see, leaders with high EQ make better decisions. They handle stress better and are more resilient. You don't bring your stress and dump it on your subordinates. Number five, empathy improves decision making. You see, empathetic leaders, especially empathetic creative leaders, consider how decision impact people. You can't just make any decision and just feel that everybody should take it. If you are an empathetic leader, your empathy will improve decision making, not just for profit or for productivity. It will lead to more ethical, inclusive, and people-centered choices. You should be able to talk to them instead of you to just make decision that is not people-oriented or people-centered. You make decision that's people-centered. You call them, you explain to them, and this will improve your decision making. Number six is the fact that empathy encourages diversity and inclusion. I've seen someone, a creative leader, who said, "Oh, I don't like Muslims. I don't like them in my team because they will always go and pray and it's always disrupting me." And I look at it and say, why how can you mention things like this? See, by valuing other people's experience, background, religion, or perspective, protecting leaders champion diversity. They create inclusive culture where everyone feels seen and respected. You respect people's religion, you respect people's background. You won't say because this person is an Hausa or an Igbo or a Yoruba, I don't like him or something. As a leader, you need to encourage diversity. That is what stands you out as a leader. Number seven, empathy reduces burnout. You see, when employees feel understood and supported, they are more loyal, they are less stressed, and more engaged. You see, empathy reduces this toxic environment and help leaders respond to early sign of burnout. You will know if you show empathy. You will know when your subordinates are burnout, and you will know when to give them a break. That is the hallmark of a leader. Number eight, this. Empathy sparks innovation. Leaders who empathize with both teams members and customers are more likely to spot on meanings, pain points, and emotional triggers, which are the raw material for meaningful innovation. If you can't spot the emotional trigger of your subordinates, you'll just be loading them with work, you'll be loading them with ideas, you'll be complaining that they are not creative, and it will lead to any meaningful innovation. But when you are a leader who is empathetic, your empathy will spark innovation. Number 9, empathy aligns with human-centered leadership. You see, in today's workforce, leaders who lead with empathy, they inspire deeper loyalty among their subordinates. And that's the truth. If you don't align empathy with human-centered leadership, you won't inspire deeper loyalty. If you don't empathize your team, and you won't be able to build teams that perform with heart. They will just show their skills, but they are not performing with their heart. Your subordinates need to perform beyond their skills. They need to perform with their heart. Their heart and mind and soul needs to be aligned with the goal of the project. So as a creative leader, you need to understand what purpose, meaning, and humanity means for you to lead a team. And the last one, number 10, is that empathy makes you a better coach and mentor. Time I was talking to a colleague and I said, guy, these kids needs you. You need to sometimes call them and talk to them, and encourage them. Let them feel you as a coach. You are their leader. They need you as a mentor sometimes. The person told me, I said, maybe their mama. What's my point? Is it not for them to come and do their job? I laugh. Leadership isn't about control, to be honest. It's about growth. You are just being a boss when you control them. You must do this. It's about growth. Empathetic leaders know when to challenge. They know when to challenge their subordinates. They know when to push them to work. They know when to support them. Even beyond the work, they know when to call them to tell them, I noticed this. What is happening to you? I can see your countenance is now. What is happening? Come and talk to me. And they know when to guide them because they understand where people are coming from. That is what empathy means. Finally, empathy is not weakness. A lot of people think empathy is weakness. It's wisdom. And the thing is that it doesn't replace your strategy. It doesn't replace your vision. It only amplifies your impact. Amplifies an impact on your team, on your work. So empathy is not weakness. So for creative leaders, I always advise them, be empathetic. Understand what empathy means. Don't just think it's just a soft skill that you just put in your CV. Don't always do the right thing.